In this session, we are going to learn how to print something out of CCSJ printer. So before you want to print something, you will need to decide if this particular printing job is work-related or is just personal. If it's work-related, then you will going to use CCSJ printer swiped that you entitled to use for printing anything that work-related. So assume that you're going to print this motor pool approval in order for you to be able to pick up the motor pool at the York Road office. If you click print, you will usually see in your default printer is work study BW printing, means work study black and white printing, and then click print, and then in this particular prompted column, you will put the ID, which is CCSJ WS, and 2-digit that you will find out from student assistant, because it will change every year. And for the one for this year, you can ask student assistant, and from then on you can always use that as this year's code. And then once you click print, and you can collect that on our printer by swiping that general printer card. Assume that you are going to print this on your own personal account. Then you will go say print, and then in this particular column you actually will enter your user ID, and then once you finish putting your user ID, click print, you will swipe your own personal Evergreen student ID card, and then it will deduct it from your Evergreen money. Now, I also want to share with you a few feature before you print. For example, if you decided that this particular printing you would like it to be a color paper, so you want to use the bypass tray, so you want to go to property and then go to basic. First of all, you will look if this particular printing is the size correct, is 8.5 by 11, and then for the paper tray you can choose, instead of auto, which is automatic, it will pick whichever tray that has paper, you actually choose bypass tray. So that way your printing will come out from the bypass tray because you have put a stack of color paper on the bypass tray. Now, apart from this particular printer also can help you to do a stapling. If you click staple, you can actually decide if you want them all your paper be stapled when it come out, and then it can be stapled on a left corner or right corner, so you can choose. And then it also will help you to do hole punch. You can actually choose the 3-hole punch, so when it come out it's already punch 3 hole for you. So these are a wonderful feature if you already know that whatever you're trying to print, you want it to be stapled and to be punched. So that you know, each time when you print, this printer will automatically print double-sided. If you don't want it to be double-sided for any reason, you do want to check on this particular tab, and then you can change it to one-sided. But there's no reason for you to use one-sided in order to save paper unless it is something necessary. So these are all the features that you can look up before you go printing by clicking property. So when you're all ready with all the setup, you just click print, and then once again it will prompt you to put in either your user ID, or if it's a work related, you put the CCSJ work ID, CCSJ WS, and then the 2-digit that you will find out from SA. Okay, thank you. On this session, I'm going to show you how to collect the things that you have printed. So this is a swipe for all the student staff that work for CCSJ. So whatever you print for work purpose, you will be able to use this card to swipe and then get what you print. So swipe, actually both direction will be okay. once you swipe, and then if it works, you will hear this sound. So I want to show you, when you swipe, there will be a list of printing that actually in this particular panel. It may not necessarily all yours, so you may not want to use the button print all unless you're very sure all these are yours. So please select what you think it's yours. So for example, I know this one I print, actually this one too, but it's very safe to have actually selected and then press start, and then it will print out all the work. So that's how you get all your printed material. And this particular machine will default print both sides or double-sided. Unless for some reason you don't want that, you need to specify it when you actually before you print from the computer. Otherwise, it will default print black and white and also double-sided. It's very important that you realize also after you finish getting all the things that you print out, to get out from this system, you need to just click access, and then it will go back to a main frame of that panel. So that's how you get the printed material that you print.